I love roasting vegetables in my oven, and today I'm going to be making the pasta with roasted vegetables and crumbled fresh cheese. And this also happens to be my son Hari's favorite dish. This is a great recipe for kids. You can pack it up in a lunch box, serve it when they're back from school, or even make it whenever there is a craving for pasta. So in this bowl over here, I have some broccoli that has been cut into florets, some baby corn that has been cut into 2-inch pieces, and some bell peppers, red and yellow bell peppers that have been cut into cubes. I'm also going to put in some cherry tomatoes, and then some herbs, a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, and then I'm going to put in some salt, some freshly ground black pepper, and some olive oil. I'm going to be using about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now I'm going to toss this all up together until they're properly mixed. You can use whatever seasonal vegetables you have on hand. I'm using dried herbs today, but if you have fresh herbs on hand, you can use that as well. But if you are using fresh herbs, make sure that you use double the quantity of the herbs listed in the recipe. I'm going to put these vegetables in my oven that has been heating at about 200 degrees centigrade for about 20 minutes. It could take a few minutes more or less depending on your oven, so keep watching your oven carefully. And now I'm going to get started with cooking my pasta. So I have over here some water, and I'm going to bring this water to a boil. Into this boiling water, I'm going to put in some salt and some oil. Now adding oil is actually not required if your pasta is of good quality. I have over here about 400 grams of whole wheat penne pasta. 100 grams of pasta usually serves one person, and I'm making this for about 4 people, so I have about 400 grams of pasta. So while the pasta is cooking, I'm going to get on with making my cheese. Now, if this sounds intimidating to you, let me assure you that making fresh cheese is very easy. You'll see it right now. I'm going to put in 500 ml 2 cups of milk into this pan and bring it to a rolling boil. The milk has come to a boil, and I'm going to turn down the heat and put in about 2 teaspoons of lime juice. And if you find that the milk solids have not separated from the whey, feel free to add a few more drops of the lime juice. You need to get a clear whey like this, and now I'm going to turn down the heat. Now I'm going to strain this mixture and separate the whey from the fresh cheese. And if you want more cheese, then you have to use more milk. This whey is very nutritious, and you can use it to make any kind of dough. You can also stir into soups and stews as well, so make sure that you use it. Now let me check on the pasta, and this is done. Now I'm going to scoop the pasta out and reserve the cooking water. Now I'm going to move towards my oven and see if the vegetables are done. The vegetables are done, the pasta is cooked, and the cheese is also made. Now it's time to get everything together. I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil, about a teaspoon of paprika powder. I have some fresh parsley that has been chopped, and I'm going to put that in as well. Give it a quick stir. And now I'm also going to put in half a cup of the pasta cooking water. Ask any Italian grandmother and she will tell you that this is the secret to making a good pasta. Pasta cooking water helps to bring in all the flavors together. I'm also going to put in a pinch of salt, the cooked pasta, in go the roasted vegetables. I'm also going to put in the vegetable juices. And we are done. So many beautiful colors in here, the green from the broccoli, red and yellow from the bell peppers, the brown from the pasta, and the white from the fresh cheese. This is a bowl bursting with clean, simple and fresh flavors. The goodness of the whole wheat pasta, the roasted vegetables and the fresh cheese make sure that this is literally good health in a bowl. And if you want to create more such flavorful and helpful recipes in your kitchen, make sure that you subscribe to Rajshri Food.
To spend all the time in the kitchen when there's a party happening in the next room? I guess no one does. So, it's always good to know a few recipes that are high on taste and low on cooking time. And cheese corn toast is one such recipe that definitely belongs to this category. I'm going to start with cutting the slices of the loaf. Just cut half-inch slices. In a preheated oven at 180 degrees, I'm going to toast these slices for 4 minutes. While the breads are toasting, I'm going to quickly make the white sauce. For that, I'm going to heat some butter. Just a little bit of plain flour. Just cook it till it changes color. And now I'm going to add milk. Let the milk come to a boil. Keep stirring till the milk becomes thick. And I'm also going to add some cheese. Let the cheese melt. And this white sauce is nice and thick. Get it off the flame and let it cool for 5-6 minutes. The white sauce has cooled down and now I'm going to add the veggies. Boiled yellow corn, finely chopped capsicum, finely chopped onion, salt to taste, mixed herbs, little bit of pepper. Mix all these ingredients properly. These bread slices are nicely toasted. I'm going to spread a thick layer on the bread. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of mixed herbs on top. This is ready to go back in the oven, same at 180 degrees for another 5 to 6 minutes. This is done and it looks absolutely appetizing. If you don't get a French loaf, you can always use sliced bread. Cut them into fun shapes because this appetizer is definitely a hit during kids' parties. Do try this at home, subscribe to the channel, comment below. See you next time. Bye-bye. Be it a party, snack for kids, or a sudden munch on, cheese corn balls is a regular part of my home menu. So let me show you today how to make this yummy and quick recipe. In a mixing bowl, I'm going to put some grated cheese. I have one very small potato boiled and mashed, boiled yellow corn, green capsicum. It just adds some color into the cheese corn balls. Coriander leaves, red chili flakes, some oregano. Just take it in your palm and crush it a little bit. Very little pepper and very little of garlic paste. Just for the hint of garlic, I don't want too much. Some corn flour or cornstarch for binding. Very little salt, just for the potato because the cheese is salty as well. Mix everything together. Make sure the cheese binds well with the potatoes. I'm going to apply a little bit of oil on my palm and make around half-inch balls. Let's just make all the balls. I've finished rolling all the cheese balls and now I'm going to make a paste with all-purpose flour and water. In a bowl, I'm going to take some all-purpose flour, just a little bit, add some water, a pouring consistency batter. It should coat the cheese balls properly, otherwise the cheese is going to melt and ooze out. I'm going to keep some plain flour, roll the cheese balls in it, dip them in the plain flour batter and then roll them in the breadcrumbs and then fry them so that life becomes a little easier. Some plain flour, some breadcrumbs. I'm using brown bread. You can use any kind of bread that you have at home, just grind it in the mixie. And now I'm just going to roll the cheese balls in the plain flour. Dip it in the batter and then roll it in the breadcrumbs. Another one. Make sure it's well coated. Let's finish all of them quickly. And fry these cheese corn balls just before serving. Otherwise, they're going to cool down and the cheese is not going to be nice and melted while serving. So just deep fry them before serving. Beautiful color. These are ready to get out as well. The room is filled with the aroma of the cheese balls and it's raining outside. Can't wait to munch on them. I'm sure they're not complicated enough. So do try this at home. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hi guys, in this episode, I'm going to make a very cute looking appetizer that I've come up with and I call it the cheesy mousse discs. This is a very easy baked appetizer, so let's see how to bake it. Let's start with making the filling first. I have some finely chopped capsicum, finely chopped de-seeded tomatoes, and also squeeze out a little bit of water from it. Finely chopped onions. I'm just going to crumble some cottage cheese with my hand, or you can even grate it. Some grated cheese, coriander leaves, pepper powder, some dry oregano, just crush it with your palm. Salt to taste. Just mix all the ingredients of the filling together and you won't believe how quickly this can be done. And the last ingredient is the tomato ketchup. And now I'm going to make the butter spread for the bread. So I'm going to take some soft butter, ketchup, and some grated cheese. Just mix this properly. And now for the discs, I'm going to cut some bread. So I have a few slices of white bread over here. And I'm going to take a sharp-edged cutter. You can take a bowl or a lid of any box, anything will do. And just cut them into round slices. So in this way, just cut all the bread slices. And now I'm going to take a smaller lid and cut a few rings of the slices. So just place it in the center and get rid of the center. I need this ring. So for each disc, I need a base and the ring. And now on the base, I'm going to apply a little bit of the butter spread. Make sure you get the edges so that the ring sticks properly. Place the ring on top and just press it lightly so that it sticks. In the center, I'm going to fill the cottage cheese filling in the level of the bread. Doesn't this look cute? In this way, you can get all your discs ready. I've placed them on a baking tray. You can keep all your discs ready and just before serving, place them in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for around 5 to 7 minutes or till the rings are golden brown. These are ready. These are out of the oven and you can see they are nice and golden brown. Let's plate them. Try these cute little discs at home and do let me know how they turned out. Subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hi guys, in this episode I'm going to make every kid's favorite recipe, that is mac and cheese. And I'm going to tweak it by creating a fusion between Italian and Mexican by adding some refried beans. I'm going to start with making the white sauce first. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of corn flour, a tablespoon of butter and a cup of milk. Just mix all these ingredients. And now I'm going to put this saucepan on heat and let it cook till it thickens. Keep stirring, otherwise it's going to stick at the bottom. The milk has started to boil and the sauce is becoming thick and the sauce is ready. Let's get it off the flame. And now I'm going to saute the vegetables and the baked beans. So for that I'm going to heat up a tablespoon of butter. Once the butter is nicely melted, I'm going to add chopped onions. Just cook them for a minute. Don't let them turn brown. Chopped bell peppers, grated garlic, boiled yellow corn, boiled baby corn. And now I'm going to add half a cup of baked beans. Mix everything well. Oregano, red chili powder, ketchup, Tabasco, some crushed black pepper. Just mix everything well. Cook the baked beans till they are nice and dry, at least for 3 to 4 minutes. The tomato sauce from the baked beans is nicely dried out and now I'm going to add the white sauce. Mix this well. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of grated cheddar. It's like melted outside. Let the cheese melt nicely. I'm going to add some salt at this stage. And the boiled macaroni. Stir it in. The kids are just going to love this. I feel like licking the spoon already. This is ready. I'm going to grate just a little bit of cheese on top. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan cheese if you have. Some red chili flakes. And crushed black pepper. Just a little bit. I have preheated the oven for 10 minutes at 180 degrees and now I'm going to place the bake dish just till the cheese melts for around 5 to 6 minutes. This is not just every kid's favorite recipe, it's also my husband's favorite recipe and he's waiting really eagerly for me to finish this shot. So do try it at home and subscribe to the channel. See you next time. Bye-bye. But before that, I'm going to take a bite. Definitely try this at home.
Summer is all about mangoes to me, and today I'm going to be making a splendid dessert made with the mango, which is rightfully known as the king of fruits. Being a vegetarian, I always felt deprived of a cheesecake since most cheesecakes have gelatin in them. And that is why I came up with a cheesecake recipe to cater to a vegetarian palate. So come, let's see how to make mango cheesecake. I have about 160 grams, 1.5 cups of digestive biscuits, and I'm going to put them into this bag. And then I'm going to crush this into a fine powder. I'm going to transfer these crushed biscuits into this bowl. This is about 100 grams of cold butter, and now I'm going to cut the butter into cubes. I'm going to put the cubed butter into the crushed biscuits. Now this needs to be mixed together. You could also do it with your hands, but I'm going to be using my pastry blender. This is done. This is an 8-inch springform pan, and you can also use a 9-inch springform pan if you have one on hand. And now I'm going to transfer this buttery biscuit mixture into the base of the pan. I'm going to press this mixture into the base of the pan like this. Make sure that the crumbs are evenly distributed all over the pan. And now this needs to chill in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes. So while the crust is chilling in the refrigerator, let's get started with the filling. This is china grass, and what I've done is I've powdered this china grass in my blender to get china grass flakes, and then I've soaked it in about 1.5 cups of water for about 10 minutes. This is about 400 grams of hung curd or yogurt, and what I've done is I've taken about 800 grams of regular yogurt and put it in a cloth over a strainer and left it to drain in my refrigerator. After the excess water was drained overnight, I've been left with 400 grams of this thick and creamy yogurt. And now I'm going to put this hung yogurt and all the other ingredients required for the filling into my blender. 400 grams of crumbled paneer cheese, and about 1/4 cup, which is about 200 grams of powdered sugar. And now I'm going to blend all this together into a smooth paste. I'm going to transfer this mixture into this bowl over here. I'm going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla extract into this yogurt and cheese mixture. And then I'm going to give this a good whisk. This is about 1 cup of mango puree made from about 2 Alfonso mangoes. This is the China grass mixture along with its soaking water. I'm going to put it on low heat and stir it for about 10 minutes until the China grass melts completely. And now I'm going to pour the hot China grass solution into the hot mango puree. You need to make sure that the mango puree is hot for the cheesecake to set perfectly. Now you need to pour the mango mixture into the yogurt and cheese mixture. And you need to do this quickly before the China grass starts to set. Now you need to pour the beautiful mango mixture into the prepared crust. I'm just going to level this up with a spoon like this. Now this needs to chill in the refrigerator for about an hour. So while the cheesecake sets, let's prepare the glaze. The glaze is very easy to do. All you need to do is put in half a cup of mango puree, 2 heaped tablespoons sugar, 2 tablespoons water, and 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Now I'm going to turn on the heat and mix this all up together. Once the sugar melts and the mango mixture starts to boil, you need to turn down the heat and cook this for about 3 to 4 minutes more. The glaze is done and now this needs to cool down a bit and then it will go over the set cheesecake. This cheesecake has been chilling in the refrigerator for about an hour and now I'm going to spread the glaze over the cheesecake. Now I'm going to put this back into my refrigerator for about 2 to 3 hours more and allow the glaze to set. And there it is! My luscious mango cheesecake with a beautiful form and texture, and to me, this is a celebration of Indian summer. This cheesecake has been a part of many celebrations in my life and has been cherished by the followers of my website as well. So enjoy your cheesecake and I'll see you again soon.